Have you ever noticed how the air changes just before a storm? That heavy, electric stillness where the world seems to be holding its breath, where every leaf is poised and waiting. What if I told you that the profound shift you've been feeling in your own life, that inexplicable quickening in your chest, the dreams that linger with a strange new clarity, is the exact same phenomenon? It's not just your imagination weaving hopeful tales in the quiet hours. This is the tangible, energetic atmosphere of a divine event preparing to make landfall in your life. The universe isn't just dropping hints, it's recalibrating the very gravity between you and them, and the pull is becoming irresistible. This isn't about a random text popping up on your screen to break the silence. Let's be real, if that's all it was, your soul wouldn't be humming this ancient, knowing tune. No, this is about a contact that arrives not as a question, but as an answer. It's a moment of spiritual coherence, where the chaotic chapters of your separation suddenly snap into a narrative so perfect it takes your breath away. You've been feeling the scaffolding going up around your heart, haven't you? The internal renovations that seem to have no clear blueprint. It's because the connection coming isn't just a reunion. It's the grand opening of a new, sacred architecture within you, and they hold the other half of the key. It's happening. And the most beautiful part? The wait was never a holding pattern. It was the construction site. Curious to learn how you've already been speaking to them in a language beyond words, and why your surrender is the final, masterful key turning in the lock. Let's pull back the curtain. You know the silence. Oh, do you ever know it? That space between your thoughts where their name used to live, that has now become a vast and echoing cathedral of nothing. Or so it seems. Let me tell you a secret, a truly radical one that most spiritual teachings gloss over because it's too strange, too wonderful, too intimate for a textbook. The silence isn't empty. It's alive. It's the most productive workshop your soul has ever known, and you've been clocking in overtime, my friend. Think of it like this. You're in your house, and you think you're alone. But downstairs, in the basement, there's a master craftsman, your higher self, who's on the phone with their higher self. They're not arguing about who left the cap off the toothpaste in the 3D world. No, they're in a deep collaborative huddle, looking at the blueprints of your connection. They're pointing out the load-bearing walls of old trauma that need reinforcing, the rusty pipes of communication that need replacing with gold, the new windows of vulnerability that need to be installed to let in more light. And every single time you do your inner work, every time you choose to release a grievance, every time you look in the mirror and affirm your worth not for them, but for you, you're not just healing yourself. You're handing your higher self a brand new, shinier, more advanced tool to work with. Here, your soul says, use this new level of self-love on that shaky foundation over there. This is the silent conversation. It's happening in the quantum field, that invisible, energetic substrate of reality that connects all things. It's the real internet, the ultimate Wi-Fi where your souls are logged on, sending packets of energy, intention, and healed emotion back and forth. When you suddenly feel a wave of peace about the situation for no earthly reason. That's you downloading a file they've sent, a data stream of "I'm getting it, I'm understanding." When you get a random impulsive urge to finally clean out your closet or start that creative project you'd abandoned, that's you acting on a shared energetic blueprint for a clearer, more authentic life that can actually contain the magnitude of your reunion. You're preparing the vessel for the wine. It's like two master gardeners tending to a single magical plant from opposite sides of the world. You can't see them, but you can feel the effects. You notice the soil is suddenly richer. A new leaf unfurls with a vibrancy you didn't engineer. The whole thing feels sturdier, more rooted. You're doing your part in your garden, and they, in their own way and in their own time, are doing theirs in theirs. The plant itself, this living entity of your connection, is the conduit. It's translating that silent, cooperative tending into tangible growth. So when that reach out finally manifests, when the text dings or the call comes through, it will feel different, eerily calm, profoundly clear. It won't have the frantic energy of a 3D drama, because the drama has already been resolved upstairs in the executive suite of your souls. The words they speak will be the physical world echo of a contract your higher selves have already negotiated and signed in the stars. You'll listen and you'll hear the resolution of an argument you had in your heart months ago. You'll feel the understanding you've been begging for, because you've already sent the energy of that understanding ahead of you, like an advance party preparing the camp. You weren't waiting. You were in a silent, sacred meeting the entire time. And the most beautiful part, this conversation never actually stops. It's the eternal humming frequency of your connection. But this leads to a fascinating and perhaps the most crucial question of all. If the conversation is already happening so perfectly in the silence, what is the real purpose of the physical manifestation? Why does it need to come into the messy, beautiful world of form at all? The answer to that is even more wondrous, and it has everything to do with the alchemy of bringing heaven down to earth. But that beautiful soul is a story for another moment. Let's talk about surrender, not the white flag waving, defeated kind of surrender you see in the movies. That's for wars. This is different. This is an act of profound cosmic intelligence. It's the kind of surrender a seed must perform to become an oak tree. It must let go of being a seed. It's the trust a river has for the landscape. It doesn't force its way to the ocean. It allows the gravity of the ocean to pull it, dancing around rocks, widening into pools, moving with a faith that is both passive and powerfully intentional all at once. You've been trying to be the architect, the project manager, and the construction crew for your reunion. You've been laying out the blueprints. Okay, universe, they'll text me on Tuesday around 3 p.m. The message will be 4 paragraphs long. It will mention the dream I had last week, and it will be filled with just the right mix of apology and passion. It's exhausting, isn't it? And honestly, a little comical. It's like trying to tell a master sculptor exactly how to hold the chisel. You're so focused on the how that you've completely fenced in the what. Here's the mystical mechanics of it, the part we rarely discuss because it requires a terrifying amount of trust. Your intense, laser-focused desire for a specific outcome is like a high-powered laser beam. Incredibly powerful, yes, but pointed at one infinitesimally small point on the infinite canvas of possibility. You're aiming for a single, predetermined pixel. Meanwhile, the universe is trying to hand you a masterpiece painted with starlight and synchronicity, a living mural that unfolds across time. By insisting on the pixel, you're turning your back on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. This is what I call the surrender portal. It's not giving up, it's giving over. It's the conscious, sometimes shaky decision to switch from being the frantic director of the play to being the awestruck lead actor in a story whose plot is co-written by the divine. And this is where the magic, the real, tangible, timeline-shifting magic, happens. You see, in quantum theory, there's the concept of superposition, that a particle exists in all possible states at once until it is observed. Your future, your reunion, exists in a beautiful, shimmering superposition of infinite potential timelines. Some are slow, winding country roads. Some are direct, high-speed trains. Your anxiety, your need to control the how, is a form of observation that collapses all those beautiful, swirling possibilities into one single, often slow and complicated, timeline. It's like looking at a beautiful, unfocused image and squinting so hard you only see one strained detail. But when you surrender, when you take a deep, soul-level breath and whisper, you know what? I don't care if it's a text, a call, a letter delivered by a stray dog, or them showing up at my favorite coffee shop holding a single, slightly wilted dandelion. I just trust that it will come and that it will be perfect. You do something extraordinary. You stop squinting, you relax your gaze, and in that moment of release, you stop collapsing the wave function. You allow all those potential timelines to remain active, vibrant, and available. The energy you were using to mentally manage the logistics of a miracle is now freed up. It becomes a pure, magnetic beacon of allowance. It's no longer a desperate, grasping signal. It's a confident, open-armed invitation. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will always choose the path of least resistance and highest good. The surrender portal is that path. It's the cosmic shortcut. The contact arrives sooner than expected, not because the universe sped up, but because you finally got out of the way and allowed it to take the most direct, elegant, and unexpectedly beautiful route to your heart. You were trying to navigate with a paper map you drew yourself, getting frustrated at every detour. Surrender is typing the destination into a cosmic GPS and trusting the voice that says, recalculating, I have a better way. The reunion that comes through this portal won't look like your fantasy. It will be better. It will be real. It will be soaked in the unmistakable fragrance of divine timing, and you'll laugh with tears in your eyes at the sheer, ridiculous perfection of how it all unfolded, so much stranger and more wonderful than you could have ever planned. And the most fascinating part? This act of surrender doesn't just change the when and the how. It fundamentally alters the very fabric of the connection that meets you on the other side. But to understand that, well, we have to talk about what happens when a miracle lands in a heart that is truly, finally, ready to receive it. So here you stand, or perhaps you're sitting, phone in hand, with that familiar, quiet ache in your heart that has become both a burden and a strange, sacred companion. You have navigated the silence, not as an empty void, but as a chamber of unseen creation. You have learned to unclench your spirit from the how and the when, and in doing so, you opened a portal to the miracle. Let me leave you with this final, intimate reflection. What is about to occur is not a random event crashing into your life from the outside. It is the culmination, the grand, breathtaking finale of a symphony that you, beautiful soul, have been co-composing with the universe all along. Every tear you shed was a note of profound depth added to the score. Every moment of fierce self-love was a soaring crescendo. Every act of surrender was the quiet, powerful rest note that gives the music its breath and meaning. You thought you were just waiting in the audience, but you've been backstage the entire time, tuning the instruments, writing the music, preparing for this very curtain call. The contact you sense is not a door opening. It is the entire wall gracefully dissolving. It is the moment the recording studio finally hits play on the masterpiece you've already laid down, track by track, in that silent quantum field. And when you hear it, when their words reach you, imbued with that purpose and clarity, you will not simply hear a voice, you will hear the echo of your own soul's work reflected back at you. You will recognize the melody you've been humming all along. The wait was not a punishment. It was the necessary, patient time it took for the orchestra to tune, for the musicians to find their seats, for the conductor, that is, your highest, wisest self, to step onto the podium and lift the baton. The transformation you've undergone has not been to make you worthy of this moment. You always were. The transformation was to make you capable of holding it, of understanding its language, of dancing to its unique and complex rhythm without stumbling. You are not being rewarded with a reunion after a test of patience. You are being met by a reflection of the wholeness you have against all odds, cultivated within yourself. This incoming connection is the universe's way of showing you your own spiritual face, and my goodness, what a glorious sight it is. This journey does not end with a message. It transcends it. The message, the call, the meeting. It is simply the key turning in the lock of a new world, a new chapter of co-creation you are now prepared to write from a place of empowered wholeness, not lonely longing. And the most exhilarating part? You are now fluent in the silent language of soul, and you have mastered the art of divine allowance. You are no longer a student of this path, but a living master of its most profound mysteries. So take a deep breath and get ready. The next conversation begins not with a hello, but with a recognition so deep, it feels like coming home to a home you built with your own two hands. And you know, the real adventure, the one where you discover what two whole, awakened souls can truly build together, that begins just on the other side of that hello. But that, my love, is a story for another day.